What you find at Brockbank and Walnut Hill are pulverized and buried cars, air conditioners on the sidewalk, sheet metal wrapped around trees 30 feet in the air. And
yeah, we're just cleaning this off.
You find a tornado-ravaged apartment complex littered with just as much frustration.
Just stay back. Let me handle this, because we need help.
Help because, like Lakeisha Miller, residents at the Southwind Apartments were told to get everything out by today.
We lost everything.
Her biggest frustration at an apartment complex on Final Approach to Love Field. She shared that in what used to be her son's second-floor bedroom.
Do we need more death? Do we need more people to die for us to get noticed? What is it going to take? Why y'all not coming and acknowledging us?
It's difficult to explain just with video just how bad this apartment complex really is and just how frustrated everyone is here about the help that they say took 3 days to find.
And we lost everything. My son has barely any clothes.
Corey Burns says apartment management told them to just leave. The buildings will be torn down.
It feels like we're not getting any help out here. But they're just making it too hard on us, and that's not fair. And then the apartment complex, they're just not calling us back. They're not talking to any of us.
Apartment management hasn't called us back either, and a paper sign taped to the office door merely said they were out to lunch.
Some people out here need stuff like toiletries, clothes. Some people lost everything.
Sharon Perkins and her family were loading a U-Haul as fast as they could before the apartments are boarded up.
We're going in circles, and we're not getting any help from anybody.
The Red Cross did show up for the first time today. Power crews are now here too. But Lakeisha Miller says she can't wait. They need more help.
There's no way to get in contact with nobody. We're on our own. We're on our own.
While looking for a new place to call home. In Northwest Dallas, I'm Kevin Reece. Phil Ratliff will tell you he's had a good life, all 91 years of it, but there was...
it was bad.
That one bad day. When he needed to find his birth certificate, the filing cabinet was in his parents' house.
So that's where I had to look for the paper.
A paper that changed everything.
The wording was, and as if was born or something like that. So I'm old enough to realize that that was an adoption papers. So I did not realize that I was adopted until I say I was 21 years old.
His parents were not his biological parents, a secret they'd kept to themselves. And Phil decided to be just like them and buried that secret too.
I had lived a good life. They raised me good.
So he didn't tell them until years later that he knew.
So what would it do to me to bring it up about me being adopted?
Mm-hmm.
But all these years later, his adult daughter...
I always knew if I ever got a chance, I was going to find out.
...decided it was a story that she had to know.
I was like, well, just who am I?
It's a complete void that was in my life. But no more.
Because the paper trail they found led to Amarillo.
This is the letter that they sent.
And a Presbyterian orphanage.
This is what was really cool.
While another search, thanks to a Houston company called Family Tree DNA, took them to Moody, Texas, south of Waco.
I got a call from his daughter.
And a retired college professor named Paul Holder. So it wasn't talked about much.
No, the family did not talk about it. And I don't think anyone in the family knew.
Knew the story of a woman named Sarah Marie McCamey. She was 18 years old, single, and pregnant. So her parents in 1928 sent her to Amarillo to live with an older sister, have the baby, give it away, then come back home so that no one in Moody, Texas would have to know. Baby McCamey was adopted by the farmers who became Phil Ratliff's parents. Sarah Marie McCamey died 2 weeks later, complications of childbirth. Although the Moody, Texas obituary that said she was stricken ill with fever made no mention of a baby boy.
This is the burial marker for my Aunt Sarah Marie McCamey.
She is buried at the Moody Cemetery, her secret until now buried with her.
God bless. I'm such a young age, and it's just one of those things that happens in this world.
Months ago, Phil Ratliff made the emotional journey to visit his mother's grave for the first time, and his new family gave him the last photo taken of his mother.
I just couldn't handle it.
He wept when he saw her face for the very first time.
I mean, I was so overjoyed that I could actually place my mom's picture in my hands.
a picture he now keeps on his bedroom dresser.
And I couldn't help it. I lost it. Because this is my mother.
A mom who had the same drooping left eye that he does.
That's the one feature that I've pointed out to everybody.
A mom he now talks to every morning.
Yeah, we have a little talk. I call her Mama.
So after 90 plus years, Phil Ratliff found out who he really is, believes he might know who his father was too. But with one picture, has found as much of a happy ending as he could.
Fortunate to pick up another cousin this late in life.
And found cousins, wanting to honor his mother's memory too.
So she has proved a blessing even in death for me.
But a blessing most of all to a 91-year-old man who can finally see his mother's face.
Okay. I mean, I can't tell you how glad I am.
Then again, the tear in his left eye just did. In Moody, Texas, I'm Kevin Reece. If you're an Aggie, you call this God's country. The bright blue Texas sky shining on a campus and its monuments to 143 years of tradition. Like the bronze outside Harrington Tower, a teacher offering a helping hand to a little girl so she can reach to that Texas sky and her dreams. A dream for everyone.
There was a period of distress, lack of oxygen.
But maybe not for Courtney Osborne.
A lot of prayer, a lot of trust and faith.
Faith needed for a little girl born with damage to the left side of her brain. A little girl whose life would be a challenge.
But I just kept saying, thank you, God, for my baby girl. Thank you, God, for my baby girl. I love her the way she is.
Yeah, I just love my family.
This is Courtney Osborne. She's 27 now, the kindest person you will ever meet.
She's caring, she's giving.
Although she knows the world considers her and her stutter special needs.
I accept it because it is a part of me and who I am today.
But in her room at home in Allen, north of Dallas, the one filled with a trove of Special Olympics medals and trophies, you'll also find a diehard Aggie.
If I'm having a bad day, I'm like, what's up, Mini-Me?
Her grandfather went to A&M, her dad went to A&M, her mom went to A&M. So why not her too?
I hate when people say I can't do something. I knew college was right for me. I'm ready to find out who I'm meant to be in life.
So in an office on the A&M campus right next to that statue of the little girl, they had an idea.
Well, Courtney has probably already told you this, but she's ready to move to College Station and never leave.
Why not give the Courtneys of the world a chance to be an Aggie too?
And because they have the same dreams and the same aspirations as their peers without disabilities, but historically they've not had the same access.
All right.
Can we have a whoop? Whoop!
The acceptance letter came just a few weeks ago.
Congratulations!
Courtney Elizabeth Osborne would get her Fighting Aggie chance.
Oh, it's a blessing. It's an utter blessing.
The program is called Aggie Achieve.
Each time someone goes by, you're supposed to say howdy.
Are you?
Yep.
I caught up with Courtney earlier this month on the College Station campus at an Aggie summer camp.
Howdy, Eggs.
A test run for her return in the fall, when she, along with 3 other students who have Down syndrome, will be the first 4 freshmen with special needs in their own 4-year program.
I love it. I'm the one who get to carry on my family tradition. It's home.
It means that she's got an opportunity to blossom and follow her dreams.
Dreams that, thanks to this new program at A&M, also gives Courtney a well-deserved dose of confidence.
A word that I cannot say around here.
At first, she said it quietly.
Badass.
I told her she'd earned the right to say it out loud.
You can say that.
Okay, badass.
Courtney Osborne, the proudest and newest Aggie,
Is a badass.
is also finally
Howdy, Eggs.
home in College Station. I'm Kevin Reece.
Hello.
Her name is Vale. She's 9 years old, and in this video there's music playing as she talks. because it's part of the video they showed at her funeral. Vale Annalise Johnson left us suddenly.
You know, you are in shock.
Just 3 years ago.
Just went to bed like every normal night.
An undiagnosed heart condition. She died in her sleep. Her older sister found her first.
You know, and she's gone. You know, it's just that quick.
You just don't think that this is ever going to happen, or it doesn't even feel real.
It has been painfully real for her parents who, for these 3 years at their home in Pilot Point, Texas, have kept her room just as she left it.
It just keeps me close to her.
Her softball mitt, her softball helmet, her keepsakes, her cowboy boots.
For me as a mom, it's like I don't want to forget what she smelled like. She was so sweet and fun, and it's so many good memories that it's like we don't want to let that go. For now, it just keeps her spirit alive in this house.
And Vale's spirit is still with them in one other way, too.
A Good Friend by Vale Johnson.
She was a writer. She wrote stories in verse all the time, stories about horses and mermaids and stars. And she talked about a dream.
She talked about it a lot, but particularly the day before she died. I'll never forget it. She said, "Mama, I want to have my books published one day." And she said to us, "I want to be an author when I grow up."
And at a home in suburban Atlanta, Georgia,
I thought her writing was very deep for someone her age.
They found someone to help her dream come true.
Most of the emails I've had have been, between me and the parents. And,
Ed Payne is an author who agreed to look at Vale's work.
This is something that's very precious to this family.
And see if something so precious could be turned into something more.
They were entrusting me with something that probably couldn't be any dearer to their hearts.
And with the help of an illustrator from California, that's exactly what they did.
Essentially a superhero with her cape and her ponytail up in the air, riding a star through the cosmos. I mean, that's pretty cool stuff.
The book is Vale's tales, her words turned into verse, with her own original handwriting included too.
I know friendship is fragile.
Including the story about friendship they found at her school days after she died.
True friends like you for who you are, not what you look like. So you also invited the other kid to play. Now that's a good friend. I feel like she left us that letter because we needed that to go forward without her here. You know, I just want to tell her, this is what you wanted, this is your dream, and it has come true.
It's like, wow. I mean, how can you not love that?
Vale's Tales is now a popular children's book and part of her family's attempt through their Friends of Vale Foundation to promote childhood literacy. The logo for the foundation is on her headstone and tattooed with Vale as the butterfly on her dad's left arm.
It makes me happy for Vale. It makes me happy for Susan and I, and for the people that get to enjoy the book. But to say it makes it any easier that she's not here, I really can't, because I do miss her a lot.
Parents still grieving and still clinging to that empty bedroom, but celebrating the little girl in the pink cape riding that star through the cosmos, now sharing her gift for all the universe to see.
It just makes me so proud and humbled that, I got to be her mother.
In Pilot Point, I'm Kevin Reece. Certainly could, even with the clouds and the rain that we had around us at the time. Certainly miserable out here right now, that's obvious, but much more so for the firefighters tonight and certainly for the owners of this home. Let's show you the video. One of the biggest house fires we've seen in a very long time. Lightning is the suspected cause. We've seen lightning throughout the area tonight, hitting cell phone towers, hitting radio towers, and neighbors here at Country Vista Circle say they heard this lightning strike, then came outside to see this 4,700 square foot home on fire. Its entire roof line engulfed in flames, and firefighters could only do their best just to keep it from spreading anywhere else. They will be looking at lightning as the suspected cause. We'll go back and look at weather and lightning strike data to determine if a strike did indeed hit here. But I can tell you that is the suspected cause. The fire is out now, certainly with all of this rain. And to make things even worse now for firefighters, and maybe for us as well, is that now the temperature is dropping and the lightning still does continue. We can only hope that, as they say, and Pete would know, the lightning does not hit the same place twice. But this home, a total loss likely caused by lightning from this storm in Burleson. Now back to you.